There's a certain kind of person you almost never notice online. They scroll, they observe, they exist quietly in a world built for performance. No posts, no stories, no public thoughts placed on display. And yet, their silence isn't accidental. People who never post online often see the digital world differently. Where others see a stage, they see a mirror. And they're not interested in watching themselves reflected back through likes, views, or approval. For many of them, privacy isn't fear, it's clarity. They understand that once something is shared, it no longer belongs fully to them. It becomes interpreted, judged, reshaped by strangers who don't know the context, the emotion, or the intention behind it. So they keep parts of themselves offline, not because they have nothing to say, but because not everything needs an audience. These people tend to process life inwardly. They think before they speak. They feel before they explain. Their experiences don't need to be validated through engagement to feel real. While others post to be seen, they observe to understand. They notice patterns, what gets attention, what creates outrage, what performs well. They see how emotions are rewarded or punished in public spaces, and instead of participating, they step back. That distance gives them perspective. People who stay offline often value depth over visibility. They're more interested in meaning than momentum. A private conversation feels richer than a public reaction. A lived moment feels more complete when it isn't interrupted by the urge to document it. There's also an emotional intelligence beneath the silence. They know that constant exposure can blur identity. When you're always posting, you start shaping yourself for response rather than truth. But when you stay quiet, you get to remain undefined, unmeasured, unedited, unfiltered. Some of them simply don't want their emotions turned into content. Pain doesn't need captions, joy doesn't need proof, growth doesn't need updates. They experience things fully without immediately translating them into something consumable. And because of that, their inner world stays intact. There's often a strong sense of self beneath the quiet. They don't rely on external signals to know who they are. Their confidence doesn't come from being seen, it comes from being grounded. They don't feel the pressure to explain themselves publicly. They trust that the people who matter already know them. Silence online can also be a form of control. By not posting, they limit access to their inner life. Not everyone deserves a window into their thoughts, their struggles, their victories. In a culture built on oversharing, restraint becomes power. And when they do speak, if they choose to, it's intentional, not reactive, not performative, not shaped by algorithms or trends, just real. People who never post online aren't disconnected, they're selective. Their absence isn't emptiness, it's presence turned inward. And in a world constantly asking for attention, choosing silence is often a sign of someone who already knows where their value comes from.